Days is 1 month old of the album ambayo inajulikana kama Break the Chains by none other than the icon, the man, the legend himself, jamani. Ai! Na si Afrika Mashariki peke yake ama kati ama Africa in general, but internationally. Allow me to welcome none other than Bebe Omusaja.
Omusaja omunene.
Omusaja wa Champara.
I last heard the word champala, I think about 15 years ago.
No way.
From Big Ted, he always kept on saying
Champara.
Champara.
Welcome. Say hi to the
you.
people.
Hi, my people of Kenya, Narobi, Mombasa, Nakuru, everywhere. What's up, guys? This is your boy Bebe, the youngest youth in Uganda.
I love it. I love it. Oh my God, I was listening to your album yesterday, back to back.
Okay.
I'm talking about Break the Chains album. If you haven't listened to it, nenda sahi hivi sasa across all the streaming, digital streaming platforms.
Yes.
Utaipata. So it has 16 tracks.
Yeah, that's true.
And what I just played in inajulikana kama Hips Don't Lie.
That's true.
I love it so much.
You know, you just shocked me.
Why?
Because since my media tour,
Yes.
you're the first person to point at Hips Don't Lie.
Really?
And it's my second. I don't have a
Favorite.
first favorite.
Okay.
Because I'm still confused of which is the best song.
Uh-huh.
Of course, there's Check with Joshua Baraka.
Yes.
There's one with Yemi.
Yes.
There's
African.
Games with Edu.
Yes,
African
Love.
Love with Yemi.
Yes.
Then Games with Edu.
Yes.
But every other time, I'm confused of which to choose as my number one.
Okay.
But I know for sure whatever I choose, the second song is Hips Don't Lie.
Why do you like it? Before I tell you why you like it, why do you like Hips Don't Lie?
Well, you know, Hips Don't Lie, Rectangle Love, and the other
All
one.
Right.
All Right.
I know.
These are songs that came in last.
Yes.
And when they gave me 5 songs to choose the 3 from,
Uh-huh.
the first song I chose
Yes.
was Hips Don't Lie.
Okay.
Because it just takes me away immediately. Before the lyrics itself. And because I think I've traveled a lot globally now.
Yes.
And I know what's coming, you know, globally. And if you're a Jay-Z, and if you're an exposed person,
Yeah.
you know where the music is headed.
Kabisa. So it has that global sound, that
Yes.
global touch.
Yes.
And actually categorize them the same way here. Hips Don't Lie, All Right, and Rectangle.
Exactly.
They're all under Afro House.
Yes.
So I really like them so much. So it's giving stadium, it's giving
Exactly.
big events, you know.
Yes.
But specifically Hips Don't Lie for me, because in as much as I'm Kenyan, I come from the coast side of Kenya.
Okay.
So mimi ni mtoto wa Mombasa. So it just needs good company, good food,
Yes.
and it needs, you know, just like 5 p.m. That's when you meet up with the gang, with the crew, right?
Yes.
And the agenda is only one: is to
Can I
catch
tell
the
you a
sunset.
secret on that song?
Tell me.
It's the one we've pitched internationally, globally.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Wow. I love it. I absolutely love it. Haya, tukirudi basi ilikuwa hiyo ni kwanza. To introductions hapa na pale. Santos unasemaje?
Bana, nimefurahi mbaya sana mtu wangu. Yangu yote. Wazi mstake jua. The happiest man alive. Leo ni mimi.
Leo ni wewe.
For the first time in my life,
Yes.
to meet an icon, a legend, an international artist. It is my happiest moment in life.
Thank
you.
Yes. Bana, Kizungu. Bana.
You're giving him such a hard time.
Anaongeanga Swahili.
Bana jo.
Lazima ongee.
I'm from the ghetto.
English. You're from the ghetto?
Yes.
You know when I first came to Kenya here?
Yes.
The first, when I started now to settle, there was a moment that I went and lived with a DJ called DJ Mose in, what's that ghetto called?
Iko wapi?
Kibera.
Oh, yeah.
So even when Chameleon came, we lived in Kibera for about 6 months with DJ Mose. And I swear if DJ Mose could hear this message, whatever he became, I wish I could get in touch with him or he could get in touch. This is a guy, you know, in Kibera at that time, he had a very small room. It was made of iron sheets. Mabati.
No.
And under there was water flowing under.
Oh no.
Yeah, and then I also remember we used to eat a lot of these small cat nyamas. The small pieces.
Nini?
Yeah? Mtura. No, the nyama itself. Not
Vitu wa kudungwa kwa waya.
No, not kwa wire.
Ni
Small
nyama.
pieces.
No,
But then,
ni nyama ni nyama.
But si nyama.
But since hawana pesa ya kubai nyama mingi, wanazikata kidogo kidogo.
kidogo.
Yes, hujafanya wewe hujasota.
Hajasota.
Also unanunua wapi hiyo kwa butchery?
Yes, but
That's the way they
tunabai
sort themselves
nyama
up,
but unajikatia
but then
sasa
you feel
ndogo.
like you're eating clear
Yeah.
I don't understand.
No.
I'm
Ni
telling
nyama
you.
pieces zinatoshana hivi kidogo tu.
Zinatoka wapi?
Si ni nyama ya ng'ombe.
But you know, it's
I-
like when you
ukienda
have bones
butchery.
and then you cut off someone gets the bones and then they got to go somewhere and cut those small pieces that are
Yes,
remaining on the
yes.
bones to create maybe a half
Nawahi
kilo or
kupeleka
something.
kule.
Maskini.
So that guy used to really go all that way to see that me and Chameleon could
You're
eat
okay.
and feel at home.
Oh, such kindness,
Yeah.
huh?
So man, Kenya, Narobi.
Yes. Now
Welcome
you
back
can
home.
imagine me coming from that environment and meeting you for the first time.
No, you're
An
good.
international. I'm very
I
happy.
mean,
Sir.
milele kwa milele, you're
Yeah.
gonna meet so much more because you're in the right space.
I'm humble.
In today's world, you don't need to look for us now. We look for you.
Aye. Allahu Akbar.
Alright, so hashtag ni moja pale across the social media platforms. Be sure to tag us, and the hashtag is Shokonki. Make sure on to tag at Milele_FM, at Aisha Njiko _ at Santos _Ordinary, at Bebe Cool. Baby is in the building.
Yeah,
This is the man who's so cool that he has it as part of his name. How amazing is that?
It's interesting that I picked that name.
Yeah.
Because I think it's true. You name your child what you want them to become.
Oh, really?
I now believe so.
You know, believe
Because
so.
when I put it on me, it started to, to act.
To reflect.
So I take my life a bit cool.
I love it. So baadaye tukirudi itakuwa tunaongea kuhusu how his career. He is born and raised in Uganda, by the way, but he grew up and he was nurtured in Narobi musically, okay? South Sea to be very specific. And Uganda's dancehall was heavily influenced by the way by Jamaican artists who used to come and perform in Uganda.
That's true.
So I'd like to know why that particular influence.
Yes.
Sharing the stage at that time with Red Rat.
Yes.
Yes, Buju Banton. Amazing. Story ni nyingi sana. Also, do you know he was shot 5 times before?
What?
Yes. All that and more tunarudi jamani. Excuse me, and it is not, oh yo, that's what's up, huh? That's Bebe who's about to come in.
Yes.
Amazing. And it's something truly very futuristic that you started way back, huh?
Yes.
Because even when you look at this album art,
Yeah.
it said a musical journey through Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, Burundi, and beyond.
That's true.
The vision is always global.
I don't like to limit myself, and I want to encourage people not to put limits to anything they do. I mean, you can go all the way. And today the world has made it easy. Social media has made it easy. We're seated right here, but the globe is watching. Depending on who wants to watch,
Of course.
the globe is watching. So
Yes.
we're lucky that the choice was all the way from back, that we want to go all the way global.
Yes. All right. So before we get the news, kabla tujapata habari msikilizaji, naona imetimia saa 11 kamili, and then we're going to be back with the conversation kabla tujamalizia about Break the Chains album. By the way, it's more than that. It's more than what meets the eye or the ear when you instantly listen to it, because najua there's a whole motive behind it which touches on mental health, right?
Very true.
Yes. So tell them about, kwa sababu nilikuwa naona behind the scenes guys were really surprised,
Yes.
including Anyiko. Like, it used to be so mad in the East African musical scene back then
Yes.
that there were actual wars, like
Yes.
gangs, like shootouts.
Yes.
So that is how you ended up being shot at 5 times.
Exactly.
Tell them about this particular story.
Well, there was this concert, R. Kelly had come to Uganda, so I was performing with him in Gogo. I just did a very beautiful performance. And I tell my guys, you know what? Let's go to this beautiful bar because I had a new song. Let's move it. So we go to this bar. And as we enter this bar, because we, at that time, the late Radio and Weasel, Radio died. Rest in peace. Radio had done a lot of provocative statements, a lot of, they had even done a song, mocking me about my wife, Zuena. So, my clique.
Hence the track Zuena.
Yes.
Unapendeza
Sana,
sana
sana,
sana Zuena.
So-
Mad thing, eh?
Yes. So and it was working for them, but it was so provocative at that time. So when I was getting in with how do you call that gang, the team?
Mbogi.
Mbogi
Genje.
Genje. When I was getting in with my Mbogi Genje, they met Radio and Weasel in the back. Before I even entered, a very big fight bottles were flying everywhere. And then the manager, for like about 5-10 minutes, so the manager is like, Bebe, could you please, I respect you, could you please just walk out a bit and let me get these boys out and then you come in. So I'm like, it's okay, it's cool. Let me go back to the parking lot. So there was a different movie happening in the parking lot. There was a security officer, a policeman, who had arrested a guy and a girl having sex in a car in the parking lot.
Yeah.
So, kumbe, this guy was from Radio and Weasel's group.
Okay.
So when they got arrested, they started threatening the policeman that, you know what, we are going to call our group, and when it comes here, you're dead. How can you treat us like this? We are celebrities, blah, blah. So the scenario now, I think, in the head of the policeman is like, okay, since they are big, when they appear here, I'll just shoot them.
Immediately
So
on
now
site.
it is happening this side, and on the other side, the manager is asking me, stop the fight, Bebe, please just move out a bit in the parking. Let me clear this bar, let the guys get out and
Then you
enter.
get in.
So as we walked out in the parking lot, the policeman is like, stop there! So, and me, I always have, bouncers, and in Uganda, I always moved with security, armed
Yes.
security.
Yes.
So, I asked my armed security to move and go speak to the guy. Otherwise, I don't like confrontations with guns.
Okay.
And he had the gun.
Okay.
And he was in uniform. But that person I sent of mine was also in uniform.
And
with
with
an
with a gun as
AK-47 and a
well.
pistol.
Yes.
So my guy got closer to the other guy, and they're both policemen at the same. The other guy shot my policeman straight
On site.
on sight, and I was in shock. Now, being in shock, I just stood there. Everybody else started to run, and then the guy just opened the AK-47 on me. 5 shots, and then one of my bouncers Cobra moves in my front. He gets shot 6-7
Oh my
times,
goodness.
and then another guy comes.
He got shot and
Got
just
shot.
walked. My goodness.
And then cars are flying all over, running away. It was like a war zone.
It's something off a movie scene.
Yeah. So lucky enough, I jumped onto a moving car and it moved me at least a few meters away, where I hid. And then on hiding, I saw another car. Young boys were running up and down, so I called out. They carried me to hospital.
All right. So in case that you think that was all, he also survived a bomb blast. My
Yeah,
goodness.
World Cup.
It's a month old, okay? Hii inajulikana kama check yake na kuna Joshua Baraka. That is a voice or a sound that you can not miss to identify because it's so refreshing, right? And just the blend together with your voice, oof,
Yeah.
it's magical.
Thank you.
So of course it's one of those commercial songs
Yeah.
and mainstream as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my taste is kind of different.
Yes.
Eh,
I know now.
Yeah.
Now I know. Now I know.
But I like it, and I like among the few collaborations you have in the album,
Yes.
Joshua Baraka, you know,
Yes.
because he's a new school artist.
Yes.
He's part of it.
Yes.
So how was the production process? Because I'm sure during your time
Yes.
and this particular time of his, it's
Yes.
totally different.
Yeah, it's totally okay. There's some 80%, 70% is the same vibe, because during the production is vibe.
Yes.
But with this specific track, when I was working with Joshua,
Mm.
we did 2 songs in 2 hours.
Oh,
One his and one mine.
okay.
So I had the song checked. So he came on and changed a few things and made it even better.
Oh, so you co-wrote together.
Yes,
That's
so we did
nice.
co-writing.
Okay.
And then also on the other one, which hasn't come out on his side,
Okay.
we did the same thing.
Oh, that's
But the
nice.
vibe was good. I mean, if you're young, you're creative and you're free, you can mess up with it. He actually just made me remember my confidence when I was young. So he triggered a certain button from me.
I love it.
Yeah.
So I want us to come to exactly that point in your life, right? You see, when you have that fire when you're young, and I like the fact that, by the way, team yake iko na vijana very young. I like that too.
Yeah, I'm surrounded by very young people.
I like it.
I don't have anybody apart from my one brother, who now at that time we have to deal with mature stuff.
Okay.
But these are all young people.
I like it. So let's come to that particular moment where, you know, that fire that you have when you're starting out, and they say opportunity always meets preparedness, right?
Yes,
so you had to change school
Yes.
where you were a prefect, kwa sababu hapa alikuwa form 6 and it was second term. So before his exams, akaanza kulea dreadlocks. Because dreadlocks zilikuwa, they were not a good thing or a good sign in Uganda.
Yes.
But you're growing out dreadlocks in order to come and start your music career
in Narobi. I
in
didn't
Kenya.
want to come zero. I wanted to arrive
when you're ready.
Ukimaliza exams hivi
Yes.
on Friday. Bought the bus on Saturday, but you have to have dreadlocks so that I appear like a real artist already.
Yeah, imagine. So that's what he had to do. So he had to go and tell his mom. So mazee mimi inabidi sasa nimelea dreadlocks kwa sababu my music career, like he explained. So the mom was like, ni sawa, but sasa jitafutie shule yako.
That's true.
Where?
Yes.
Because I was asked to leave, and at that same school where I was the entertainment stroke prefect. So the headmaster is like, look, you're a prefect. You have to lead by example. But I had a few months to complete my form 6, to finish my A level. I'm like, I really need the hair. I will pack it on the head. He's like, excuse me, you have to go. So that's how I made the decision. After mom said, look for a school by yourself, I looked for a school. He took me in and I did my form 6.
I love it.
And the next day, after that final paper, I put dreadlocks in
I love it. Now let's talk about how it's important. Once you're top at the top, the position that you aspire to be in life, it's always good to look back. Throughout this journey. So just extend the kindness as kindness was extended to you when you're starting out. Ukiishi hapa Nairobi in the streets.
Yes.
Together with the watchman. Sijui ilikuwa ni hoteli gani? Do you remember?
Near Akamba. You know where Akamba used
Bus
to
stations.
be? Bus stations.
Yeah.
There used to be those small, those buildings had those small rooms up there.
Almost like lodgings, right?
Lodgings.
Yes.
Yeah, it wasn't really a hotel. It was a lodging.
Yeah.
And you see those places are the places where travelers used to stay. So it was the cheapest I could do.
Yes.
Actually,
so I want you to tell them exactly that emotion. That is what I want. I want you to tell them about how this man called Muhammad.
Yeah, but
by his kindness.
I came, I thought I had some good money. Okay, it was little, but I knew I had enough to take me for 2 weeks. When I got to the place I was supposed to call Ted Josiah, I called him, he didn't pick up, so I had to find a way. So I felt a bit safer by going back to the place where I had just arrived from. That is the bus station.
Yes.
Because if anything goes wrong, then I'll just get onto a bus and go home. But I asked around, it showed me some cheap rooms, so I went in there. So I stayed for like 3-4 days, and then I was remaining with about 300 Kenya shillings. I used to walk every day to go look for studios in Narobi, until when someone told me there's a studio on Mombasa Road, the place called Ram Cohort. So I said, okay, money is getting done. I can't walk with my bag. So I'm going to keep the 300 shillings. I'll be giving this guy between 20 and 50 bob to keep the bag, and also to allow me to sit with him on the veranda every night as I keep on looking for a studio. So I kept on, the guy allowed, I kept giving him, and then at a certain time the 300 bob was done. So we kept friends because we used to talk in the night, tell him about Uganda, dreams, but I never told him the true me, who that for example, I'm a son of so and so. No, I didn't want that, because definitely there was so much happening at that time. So one of those times I walk to Mombasa Road, I go to Ramco, I knock. And then here's a gentleman called Mohammed. Mohammed is like, oh, who is this? I'm like, I'm a Ghanaian artist. I came here. They told me I have a studio. I like to be given an opportunity to, record. He was an old guy. He actually could have just made the studio for fun because he loved music.
Okay.
So he's like, okay, come in and show me what you can do.
Yeah.
I got in there and I sang my heart out with 11 tracks, non-stop.
That you got from Red
you know,
Rats.
just like you see this, there was a glass,
Yeah.
the booth is the other side.
Yeah.
The guy is seated here, I gave him a CD, I went the other side and sang. I had been given a CD by Red Rat when he was leaving,
Yeah.
of 11 instrumentals.
Yes.
I quit those instrumentals without shaking. It was that last thread I had.
Yeah.
When I got done, the guy's like, oh, you're good. Okay, come back tomorrow, let's start doing work.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yes.
I walked back to Nairobi happy.
Yes.
I told the Askari, you know what, I got a studio, this and that. The night went on, we kept on. So we started recording, and then I think in the second week of recording, Mohammed was happy, and then he's like, let me drop you in town where you stay. I'm like, it's okay. So he brought me and parked in front of the lodging,
Yeah.
so-called hotel at that time.
Yeah.
I jumped out of the car and ran straight through because I didn't want the gate guy to see
know
me
you.
and to see me at that time
Okay.
that I'm coming from that car, because he was definitely going to ask me
For
for his
money.
money. And I didn't have it, and
Yes.
I couldn't ask Muhammad, who had just given me an opportunity
Yes.
for money.
Yes.
So I ran through, and then the guy started shouting, Bebe, Bebe. So Muhammad, before he took off, he heard the guy shouting. So he stopped and got out of his car. He came, he asked, what's wrong? He walked up the stairs where I had gone and spoke to the receptionist. The receptionist gave Muhammad a true story that guy does not sleep in this hotel. He sits on the veranda there with
By none other than Bebe. Cool. Santos umenyamaza sana hiyo side.
Bana nini kufurahi ni kufuatilia. I'm following you.
Useme hata moja
I'm
jamani.
following. Yeah, I'm following. I'm learning. Yeah, it's good to learn from the best, man. Hata
So what
kizungu-
have you learned?
I've learned passion and persistence.
Yes.
Yes, and believe in what you do.
Ukirudi mtaa watashangaa.
Leo kichwa itaniuma Aisha.
Ukirudi mtaa.
Leo kichwa itaniuma. Nimebonga kingoso. We.
Yeah.
Bana.
So kumbuka our SMS line is
0794-83.
talk to him. That will be a bit selfish. So now I need to tighten up this particular conversation and just focusing on Break the Chains album.
Yes.
Let's start with the fact that I know Breaking the Chains, as the name suggests, it's just breaking free and almost like showcasing ourselves to the world globally. PSCC took over, especially as the East Africans, right?
That's true.
Because I know the West are doing that for themselves. The
Very
South
true.
are also doing very well in that.
Yep.
You know, like we can even just mention, like West, once you have Kina Whiskey, then the rest follow Kina Burna Boy.
Yes.
The South, we have Kina Tyler, right?
Yes.
The East, we have BN, we have Diamond Platinums, we have Bebe Cool, but we just need more as well. We need
Yeah.
more and more and more.
We need to push the Baraka, Joshua,
Yes.
there's
Saru.
Saru,
Yes.
there's
Watendawili.
Kodong clan in general.
So we need to have a number of about 20
Yes.
artists looking there.
Okay.
So out of 20, there's no way we would fail 5
Kabisa.
in this era of today.
Kabisa.
Because the Nigerians, when they're coming in, they come in with like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then 3 stay on the globe.
Yes. Hence why the awards, it influences also
Exactly.
the awards in regards to African categories. So you have mostly it's Nigerians,
Yes.
then a South African, then maybe an East African, right? I know
Yes.
someone else who, from the East who's doing well,
Yes.
from Rwanda, is
Okay.
Bruce Melody
Bruce
as well.
Melody, yes.
Bruce is also pushing
Exactly.
that. Yeah, but we need more.
We need to do it with intention. We need to stop complaining.
Yes.
Oh, Nigeria. You if you look at the streaming, what is going on is the streaming.
Yes.
Nigerians are beating us when it comes to streaming
Okay,
music.
okay.
We are streaming their music.
Yeah.
We are not streaming our own music in East Africa.
Yes.
So then they're getting the streams, and those streams are what translates into global
The numbers.
appearance.
I
Because
agree.
those it's a game of numbers
It
now.
is, it is.
Jay-Z wants to see if Saru has 20 million streams on one song, he's going to look for Saru.
Yeah.
That's it. Because it's evident that those are numbers.
Yes.
So what these Kenyan fans of ours, Ugandan fans and Tanzanian fans have done, they've given out the Jay-Z tickets to Nigerians. If you look on Spotify, it's like 90 out of the 100 Spotify songs of Kenya, 85 or 90 are from Nigeria.
But I know someone who's pushing the numbers for us in regards to the streams is Sophia Nzao.
Yeah, Sophia. I actually wanted Sophia on my album. Because, you know, when you listen to those 3 songs you mentioned.
Yes,
that's
the global sound.
The global
the
sound.
Afro house music, to be
Yes.
specific.
So
right.
At this point we have to bring back. It's okay. I appreciate I'm not shying away from doing Afrobeat on the album.
Yes.
The Nigerians did their good part. They
Yeah.
are fellow African, you know, sisters and brothers.
Of course.
And they were fighting. So Africa now has a global sound.
Yes.
We have never had a global sound. So instead of, you know, being there, bringing a Ugandan sound to fight Afrobeat, I would rather join the Afrobeat to make it even stronger and make those boys even stronger, stand stronger, so that they can clearly leave my way to come there, or my son's way to get to
for the next artist.
For the next artist.
I get it. Okay, so speaking about breaking the chains bado katika album yako, I know it's heavily advocating for mental health.
Yes.
And I want to tie it back to your story, a personal story where I know you also went through depression.
Yes.
And your wife really helped you much to get back on your feet.
Yes.
But just taking you around the village and reminding you of how much you have accomplished and how far you have come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had too much expectations in certain things in my business, and I was getting a lot of pressure from home, from, you know, the business not moving, the funds musically, the politics and everything. So much depression hit me.
Okay. So
And I could just go home. Moments I couldn't even remember what properties I had. I just look at kids, and I could spark at any time. Hennessy was my best friend, and it always pushed me to have fights with my wife and stuff. So one time I think she noticed something, and she just asked me, "Come with me." I walked out my sandals, and we just walked around the village. And she was like, "By the way, when are we completing that house? By the way, who is that? I hope they're not stealing our land." So she was indirectly bringing back memory in my head that, hey, Moses, as much as you think you're doing bad, you're doing way better, because so many people don't have what you have. Wake up.
Yes.
So by the time we got back, she's like, "So did you learn something from the trip?" I'm like, "Yeah, I just remembered we have a lot of stuff. Why am I focusing on acquiring more if we already have this? And then if acquiring means this kind of stress, I don't want anymore."
Yeah.
So that changed my life. You know, sometimes we forget the good things we have, and we focus on those that we
don't have. Yeah, ukweli, it's so true.
However little it is what you have, and it is good. You must remember that. You as a person can be good. That is enough for you to remember. It doesn't matter whether you're 40 or 50, you haven't gotten what you thought was your dream. You can get it at 60. But if it's going to cost, but it's also fine. Like in my beginning in life, I used to say I'm going to make sure that I'm a $1 billion rich boy.
Yeah.
But right now, if I catch my 10 million, to just put it in my treasury bonds, that's it. Because either way, even if you have 1 billion, actually by the time you make 1 billion, you can't even eat. The doctors have already told you, you can't eat meat, you can't drink milk, you can't drink at night, you can't have Hennessy. So it means it's useless.
Yeah.
And still you can't say that fully 100% you're going to work for your kids, because you're making them garbage. Yes, you can work for them, but only to a certain limit, and allow them to also work so that they can value what they make.
I love it. I love it. I love it so much. All right, so back on the album tukimalizia, I know you've worked and you've put different people on in regards to production brains on this particular album. There's a Kenyan writer, there's a Kenyan producer, Uganda, of course, Wako, Nigeria, and South Africa. Yes.
It had to be a body of works for it to be this way. And I did it so that all our artists in East Africa can now start working with different people in different regions.
Yes.
Because then you get different sounds, different ideas, and then your music has a more global appeal. Than just working with yourself and you know your close friends and your usual producer and stuff like that. It's a hustle because it's not easily, you know, acceptable, but that's what break the chain means. Break that chain of wanting to do the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. That's wrong.
It's
Do
a wrong
different
approach.
things. Yes, do something different, and I promise you get a different result.
Alright, Santos, uko na swali hapo kabla tujafungulia feedback kutoka wasikilizaji. Remember our SMS line is
0794831137.
alafu tutakuwa namaliza na album review according to me. This is according to me, Bebe. Just according to me.
That's okay.
Yeah, so our SMS line is
0794831137.
uliza swali ya mwisho kabla aende superstar.
Swali ya mwisho. I have a very simple question. Yes. I'm concerned. Yes, with this trajectory that I've started.
Yes.
You want to categorically
state
that
I want to ask how do you maintain how do you maintain that vibe? Because I've heard your songs way back.
Yes.
I've heard about your name way back.
Yes.
And I still know your name up to now.
Yes.
You are still doing great up to now.
Yes.
Like, what does it take to be you for that long period of time?
When I was starting my career, I set my bar so high. And I also believe there's one thing that I know how to do best, and that's music. So it's all I want to do, and I don't believe in giving up in life. I haven't touched my bar, my dream, not yet. So I will insist on proceeding. And then I see the world is also coming towards me. Things are becoming easier. I mean, I'm here. The internet is here. TikTok is here. So if I had given up 6 years ago, I wouldn't be of any, TikTok wouldn't be of any use to me. So there's much more that is going to help the situation. So now I'm more sure that, you know, the decisions that I've made, my health decisions, physically, what I do, what I eat, my marriage, my SR, you know, CSR, everything counts to one thing: maintaining my journey until death do me apart with music.
I love it. All right, studio lines are now open 0733936000, 0700936000. Kama unataka kuongelesha superstar jamani, Bebe cool live and direct wakati ndo sasa. Haraka labda simu tatu tu tukienda. Kuna SMS hizo.
Kuna SMS bado zina donjo kudonjo ma SMS.
Sabrina Idi, assalamu alaikum.
Waalaikum salam.
Siku zote best yangu, mambo?
Sema mambo.
How are you?
I'm good, dear. How are you doing?
We are happy and grateful to hear you from our mighty studio, that is Milele FM.
Thank you so much.
We love your work.
Thank you.
We pray for you.
Thank you so much.
And we hope for the best for you.
Inshallah.
You know, from what you said normally,
Yes.
we, the East Africa people, we support the Nigeria so much. I don't know why. I just want to tell people who are listening to me now,
Yes.
let's support our own.
Yes.
Let's support the cool now.
Yes.
If there's
Thank you.
anyone who has not subscribed to our channel, let him or she do it now.
Thank you
We
so
love
much.
your music. That's fire. So will you just sing for me one chorus? No.
Of which song?
Fire anthem.
Wire.
Wire.
Yeah, wire. I love it so much.
Okay, now I need to switch my brain. You brighten my day.
Just sing for me, yes, I need to.
You brighten my day. Buliro sembera buliro inside. When you come my way. Buliro sembera buliro muliro inside. Yeah, it's your day. Baby, why? Sagara kubanyama, it's your day. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Oh,
You're
sweetie.
It's limited.
Thank you.
Oh, Sabrina, that was really nice and very sweet. Labda ya mwisho kama kuna SMS hapo pia soma.
Yes, kuna SMS hapa mingi sana. Ni Isaac Bahati kutoka Chirimoni. Anasema, I appreciate the work of the artist. I also thank you for inviting him.
All right. Hello. Hi.
Mkoaji hapa Isha na Santos na Bebe Cool.
Tuko poa sana.
Malava kutoka Kusini.
Yes, Mama Doti.
Hey, Bebe Cool, how are you?
I'm fine, dear. How are you doing?
I'm fine. We love your music
Thank
and the
you.
work you are doing.
Thank you.
Keep it up. We love our neighbors too, Ugandans. We love you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Much love from Kenya.
Lazima.
Hello, Radio Milele 0733936000 0700936000. Labda simu ya mwisho tu kwa sababu ya time. Hello. Huyu anataka kujisikiza tu na huo muda. Hello, Radio Milele.
Hello, Nipindelele.
Hi, mambo vipi?
Nimetoa sana hizo mambo.
Poa sana.
Hii hapa tunapenda kuzungumzia kaunti ya Uasin.
Ongelesha Bebe Cool.
So, mambo vipi Bebe Cool?
Fit sana, mambo vipi?
So, poa sana. So, mimi kuna swali ningependa kuuliza kwa wewe. Hello.
Yes, I'm listening.
Yeah, ningependa kuuliza mbona wasanii wengi huwa wapendi kufanya show yao kwa nchi, wakipita labda waende nchi nyingine ndio wanakuwa na umaarufu sana, tena pesa wanapewa sana kwa nchi, lakini huko kwa nchi yao hawaangaliwi sana. Mbona inakuanga hivyo?
Can you translate that? That was a bit fast.
All right, sawa. Evans, ngoja nimuulize sasa, yani kuje kizungu. He's asking, like,
Yes.
how come, like, there's no support back at home for most artists,
Yes.
but when you go outside the country, that's when you get the support, and even when it comes to events, you pay the most money.
Oh, Jesus was never liked at home. You know, the true Messiah is never, accepted at home. That's one. But that's not a culture I believe in. We just have to change our mentality. I'm not saying don't support the Nigerians. Let's just add on support on our East African artists.
I love it.
Let's not drop the Nigerians, but let us bring full competition from East Africa.
I love it.
Because they also will feel happy because they started the journey, and then they'll be proud that the East Africans are also
Behind
pushing
them.
and behind it.
Kabisa.
You get it?
Kabisa.
Yes.
All right. So now, I want us to have some alcohol conversations.
Yes.
Myself, together with Bebe and Santos.